Hi everyone, my name is Lina, and in this opportunity I'm going to explain you something related with error analysis. In this presentation we will see two productions with errors and mistakes of a level A2 and B1. In addition, the process will be reflected in a chart divided in some categories to classify the errors. At the end, it will conclude with the final idea of the process. So we will see each process that I did for every chart and every production. In this chart we can find the line, the error identification, the error correction. We can classify between error and mistake, then the classification of error, and then the source of error. At the end we find remediation. So we have here two examples in which the student is missing a morpheme, so it's affecting the morphological part. The source of the error can be intralingual or inadequate learning, because intralingual are errors caused by the second language process, and the inadequate learning is caused by ignorance of the role restrictions. So at the end we have how we can remediate these problems. So in the first one, exercise of nouns and how to write them correctly, and then the exercise of plural possessors that end in S. So to sum up an aspect, we have here he coming, he doesn't do it, and they go. So in this case the student confused the time, because the whole text is talking in past, so the student had to write every verb in past. So in this case the classification of error is the grammatic part. So and in the source of error can be intralingual, because are errors caused by the second language process. And we have avoidance, that means when the learner avoids some structures. So maybe he confused the times. So for this problem we can find exercises for completing in past continuous, or review the rules of how use past simple and present simple, and the last one, exercises with past simple. So then we have errors like to kill, to honor. So we have to see very well how to use the correct verbs. So in this case, to kill someone, no to kill to someone. In this case is a grammar mistake. So the last error also is mixed with the name of the in the future many the horrific creatures. So in this case the student uses in a bad way this article, because in the first one, the name of the, he thinks that the means him as a person. So it's an error of addition and syntax, because it's affecting the sentence. So in the another one, many the horrific creatures, he is adding the article. So it's unnecessary to add this kind of articles in these sentences. So it can be interlingual, because are errors caused by the second language process. So in the remediation we can fix it with exercises of object pronouns and exercises for completing with the article the. So then we have the another production In this case, domino effect. The red part are the mistakes or the errors. So in this chart, we have the same classification, but we have different errors and mistakes. So in the first one, the student is talking about a legend. So the title is confusing because the content is so different. So in the classification or error is semantics. So it talks about the meaning of all the whole text. So in this part source of error, it can be forget or lapses. Maybe the student forgot this kind of or mixed the title. So in the remediation, the student has to review the title if it is connected with the text. So we have the chapters of the first part, number 4. So I think that the student also was confused because like he named a series of numbers 4, 5, and 6. So that means that are in the second part. So the first part can be 1, 2, and 3. So it can be a mistake, lexical, because lexical involves inappropriate direct translation from the learner's native language. So maybe he was like a little confused. In the remediation, exercises of plural and singular situations. Here on the part, the error correction is in the part, so it's a mistake, and it's a syntax mistake because it's affecting the sentence. So it can be interlingual because it's a rule inside this second language. So in the remediation, the student can like fix it with exercises of the use of prepositions. Then we have here 2 problems with connectors because we have to see very well the rules, how to use it, when to use it, if there are commas or points before or after the connector. So all the classification of errors that it concerns the connectors, it can be a pragmatic error. So that is how the student can like remediate. So exercise of connectors or exercise for making sentences with connectors. So in the last one, the student can like can add the s because he is omitting a morpheme. So I think that my explanation about this topic was very clear. So thank you.